So here it is. I've received my first Sew Sampler box. It was a little bit late this month, but it came today and I am ready to open it. I've taken off the tape, if you can see, and unfortunately I've ripped some of the design on the front, which I'm a little bit disappointed in, but okay. So here we go. We're going to open it. So it is called Bobbin for Apples. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So here we go. We have the fabric. And then the card. The half square triangle paper. I've never used this, so I'm looking forward to trying this. And these, I was told, were great. So they work to pin a block so that you can square up the points and match the points really well. Here you go. We have some hand sewing needles. And then the pattern. The pattern is pretty. I have a friend who just had a baby, so I'm looking to make a baby quilt, but I probably won't use this fabric because I'm doing the mystery block of the month kit, and there's a finishing kit and it uses the same fabric line. So I'm probably going to keep these fat 8s for that, and then use something from my stash if I decide to do this one or something similar. And then Goodness Grows. That I'm not sure about, just because I don't think I'm quite ready for applique. I haven't done any applique and I'm just learning to quilt, so I'm going to try to get more experience piecing before I try a new skill, applique. And I'm looking forward to doing the actual quilting, free motion quilting. So that I think is going to be quite a learning curve, so I probably won't do the applique block. But this looks interesting, and it'll be, you know, it's really big triangles, so I think it'll be pretty easy to do, and I could do that. Are the fabrics. It's from Moda, called Orchard, and doesn't have the designer. I don't remember the designer's name, but there's the picture there. By April Rosenthal, I think. So I'm just going to open up and show you some of the fabric. So we got a bundle of 10 fat 8ths, and so this is the first one, and it's called Blossom. Here it is, just laid out a little bit so you get a sense of how big it is and what the pattern looks like. They're quite large flowers, and then the small leaves. Fabric is called Bounty, and this one is on a white background. It is laid out. The next one is Lime. This one is called Tiny Cherry Bud. Look at it. The next one is Sky Blue Cherry Pie. This one looks like. Then we get a cherry sort of gingham pattern, and that is, I think it's called Picnic Basket. And then we get the Bounty, but this time with the sky blue background. We get lime green leaves. Here are the green leaves. And then we have stone apple seeds. Here is the stone apple seed. And then the last one is the same as the first. It is the Blossom, but this time it's on a white background instead of the original one, which was, let's see, on that blueberry background. So all in all, a very nice bundle of fat 8ths. Now that we've looked at the fabric, let's take a look at some of the notions that were included in the box. So I wanted to show you a little bit closer the pins that we got. The pins are called fork pins, and there are 35 of them. And what they are 2 pins that you can, 2 prongs of a pin that you can put on both sides of the seam so that you get your points exactly and you make sure that absolutely nothing moves. So it's just attached on the other side and you get 2 pins for the price of 1. Anyway, so here you go, and we get 35 of those, and they are 0.56 millimeters in diameter, and I assume they are fine, but I don't actually know the diameter of my quilting pins, so these should be actually quite useful. We also got a package of hand needles from France. It's called Boin. I'm not sure how you would pronounce it. H is a weird letter to pronounce in French, but it is from Normandy, and they have 40 needles, and if you look, they're divided into the type of sewing that you would do. So they range from embroidery needles, tapestry needles, straw needles. I'm not sure what straw needles are. In French, they're fashion, mode. And then you have darning needles, and then you have sharps, which interestingly enough in French are called longs, but they are not particularly long. And then on the bottom, I think they have the size of the needle. So I don't do a lot of hand sewing, but you can always use some hand needles, because I would like to start to do some applique, and I already do hand sewing for bindings and things like that. So I will find them useful, although I probably won't use the tapestry ones. The tapestry ones might be good for people who knit, because they have huge eyes. I don't know whether they're sharp or not, but that might work for knitting as well. Have the triangles on a roll. So here we go, 7-inch finished block, which I think is a new size for them. And Kimberly from the Fat Quarter Shop said that they had just bought it. So I assume, well, there we go, Fat Quarter Shop. So I assume that we'll see triangles on a roll often in our boxes, which I don't mind at all, because I'm looking forward to trying them. They seem pretty easy, and as long as it's not too difficult to take the paper off, then I am all for using triangles on a roll. I have to say, the one thing that I miss is I would have loved to have the pineapple piecing paper that they had a couple of months ago. That looked like a lot of fun to do. So I'm looking forward to trying this, and I might try it with the pattern that we got. The last thing I wanted to look at was the special offer that's available for those who receive the Sew Sample box. So this month it is a free pie ruler with any $30 purchase. And that is interesting to me, because I'm just starting and I don't have a lot of rulers yet, and I don't have any triangle of rulers or Dresden rulers. So this might be interesting. We'll see. I think I've bought a lot this month, but maybe I'll be able to add a little something extra. So that is the pie ruler, which is available until July 5th. So all in all, I'm happy with this box, and I'm looking forward to next box to see what is going to be in the Sew Sampler box for June. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next month.